Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Kazimi, the Love Doctor. Here on this channel, we'll discuss and work through matters of the heart. And while having our experiences here, we'll develop a deeper understanding of who we really are. The truth of love being revealed to us, reclaiming the pieces of ourselves that have been separated, divided, repressed, cut off, shut down. Come along as we raise our consciousness and our awareness of love and the power of it.
Welcome, beautiful loving hearts. We meet again. Oh my goodness. Yo, every time I start this, as soon as I start recording, I start shuffling the deck, these cards start doing, it's like they just know what time it is. It's like, man. Alright, so I'm here with this message because, first of all, I've been gone for a while, and it's like, can you tell I missed you guys? I'm back. Man, all right, I gotta help you guys out because I feel bad because I was not bad, but I was gone for a little while, and it was like, I just don't want you guys to think that I left you hanging, and so I want to, get you there. I want to get you there. I know I mentioned that I'll share more of what's going on with me, but right now I just want to focus on the message. All right, so I see that, you're standing in your power. You may not, know that you are, but you're definitely standing in your power. See, these energies, these energies that are trying to work against you, or that are the ops here, it's like they're operating in low vibrational, low 3D mindset and thinking that they were get somewhere or whatever. And it's these people could want to appear to be intelligent and have it together and so on, but it's like, if I had a choice, which I do, or if I had to choose between IQ and EQ, I'm gonna go with EQ all day long. All day, all night. Emotional intelligence, you can't, it's like they say about common sense. Common sense is so rare it should be classified as a superpower. Well, it's just, I look at it the same way with emotional intelligence. It's like, that ain't nothing that you can pay for. You can't get a degree in emotional intelligence. It's like, man, people don't even understand what's really going on here. So when people try to attack you, come at you in some kind of way, or talk about you or whatever, they don't realize how foolish they look. Oh my. Yo. I have never shuffled this deck and emotional intelligence come out. See what I'm saying? How this works for me is I start the message without even touching the cards. I don't need these cards to do this. It's they just help me as a guide to move through the energy as I'm talking about it. But that's what I'm saying. I went back and I changed, the titles. Because at first I just had collective love energy, reading or whatever. And I had the dates there. And what I realized about the dates was that I felt remember when I said I felt like I was, exposing myself. It was like I'm showing just how aware I am way, way, way ahead of time. You know, it's like I'm someone that's like very creative or whatever. I create, you know, I can create whatever. That ain't the point. When it comes to like music and art and stuff like that, it's like I'm very careful about music and creating it because, you know, you operate from your scope of reference, you know, what you know and, you know, what you've been through and what you've seen and experienced and stuff, right? Some of it could be like fabricated, like where you want to be and where you see yourself and so on and so on. Well, for me, when I start making music, it's like I'm like talking about stuff that hasn't happened yet. It's like, let me not, I don't know what to do with this. It's like, do I let people hear this? It's like, I don't know. So, yeah. So it's like, I don't, you know, I'm here with everyone else, you know, sharing in this human experience, but, you know, I can't deny anymore that there's aspects about me that just are what they are. And so when I deleted the titles, the dates, it was like I felt so much better because I'm like, anyway, I'm like, because I'm like, I told you, it was like, see, I can't even get my words out. I'm trying to be careful about what I'm saying at the same time. Oh, okay, I thought there was something else that came out. Anyway, but it's more like, you know, I mind my business. You know what I'm saying? I mind my business. I stay in my lane, you know, and I mind my business. And like when people know that you know things, the way that you know things, you know, I try to be very, very careful about that, you know, because it's like, hey, yeah, the cards. It's like, oh boy. If only they knew what I knew. It's like, and then it's just like, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. People just have to be curious, and then after they get curious, then they're furious. It's like, what are you mad about? It's like, oh man. And then I realized, like, then people get like scared because if they were you, it could do it. You know, if they could do what you could do, what you can do, then they would be doing all kind of. They would be them times terrible. So it's like, that's why you will never be able to. It ain't for you. You know, what is it? Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. And it's like, you know, when much is given, much is required. It's like, this is not, you know, this is something that I have accepted about myself. At some point I had to acquiesce. This was not something that I could, you know, that I could hide or whatever. It's like, I could keep my mouth shut for a while. I used to keep my mouth shut. I don't do that anymore. And I say what needs to be said when it needs to be said, because sometimes people think they slick and they getting over and they doing something that's like, I allowed you to know what I wanted you to know so you could do exactly what I knew you would do and everything would be just so. It's like, dodo. It's like, man, people just don't get it. It's like, they don't get it. They don't get it. It's like, be careful. Be careful. Careful what you ask for. You just might get it. You don't know what it's like to do. You don't know what it's like to do this, to be me or whatever. Like, I make it look easy, but I make it look easy. Really? All right. All jokes aside, I'm really joking. You know, what do they say? You know, about a joke? It's somewhere in there lies the truth. All right. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so I see confront in reverse. So someone appears to be attempting to work with or deal with their shadow side, right? And in confronting themselves, I think the hope is that they will confront you. But right now, they have work to do. I'm seeing sadness and isolation. So this person is like not doing well. Emotionally, they might be hiding it, but they're also in isolation. So they're like staying to themselves more. You know, there's a lesson in this, and hopefully they receive it. Yeah, it's like they have the ability to blossom, and maybe this was the catalyst that they needed to blossom. Because I'm seeing blossom in reverse too. So hopefully they can figure it out. Hopefully they can work it out. That's not for all, but in this particular reading, that's what that's who this applies to. The ones that want to do the work, the ones that want to do better and be better. Why? Okay. All right, so I'm seeing, you know, that and I'm seeing this in reverse too. They wanna play their hand right in this. They want to take a chance, but they're being strategic or whatever, and they're like weighing out their options, and then they're not showing their hand, and it's like part of them is afraid to like take a chance, to take a gamble. It's kind of like they got one shot to get this right, and I think that's what they know. It's like they gotta get it right. And this came out again too. Yeah, they're feeling a sense of defeat. And with that defeat, you know, it's like I think they want to be in a place of surrender. Like they could be surrendering within themselves, and maybe haven't really come to that place of surrender in this way. And so through that, through that place of surrender, or going to that place of surrender, you know, comes change. You know, they're like walking away from, you know, old. Now this could be current, this could be past, and this could be future. Remember, time, there's no such thing as time. Time is a construct. Okay? And energy is fluid. So, you know, they want to walk away from their old habits and their old ways, their old behavior. It's like they have to let a part of them die, something that they held on to so tightly for dear life because it was what kept them safe, right? So I'm seeing self-sacrifice because they were self-sabotaging. That was the behavior that they were doing. It's like they only knew to sabotage. And that's where self-love, self-care comes in. So self-awareness, you know, this person is not self-aware. You know, it's like they lack awareness. And because of that, they have become or are or had been codependent. But they were dependent on like not the best of energies, not the best of people. And so that always led to like unfortunate, you know, events. And it's like, so they only knew to like, you know, operate in underhanded behavior, to be deceptive, you know, to go silent or cold, lack of communication, to be aggressive, And that's all operating from a place of fear. Bullying, intimidation, abuse, violence, crime, rape, murder, assault. Yeah, it's like when people are dealing with heavy things and they don't know how to work through them, all of those latter things toward the end could be a possibility because they're operating out of this animalistic, primal, low vibrational, some would say reptilian, brain. It's like darkness. All right. Yeah, and it's like this person is a chaser. They like the chase. They like to chase. Codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. Yeah, so they have a fear of being abandoned, and it's like, going through. See, what we have to realize is that like we're not alone. We're never alone. Even when we're alone, when we appear to be in a physical space that looks like we're alone, that we're not alone. And I feel like the sooner we understand that, the sooner that this energy understands that, they'll be in a much better place because they'll be with themselves and they'll understand that they're not alone and that they don't have to rely on others so much for their place in the world and their, to support their identity and like who they want to be seen as. Because let me tell you something, it doesn't matter who you are. People, the moment that they see you or speak to you, they start seeing you and perceiving you however they want to in their mind. It's like people never see us as we actually are. And then it's like, how many people actually know who they actually are anyway? So it's like, if you don't know, and then you can't see yourself because you don't know what people see in you, or, it's like, this could be a little tricky. But for us, right now, it's important to let our light shine. It's like, despite everything that might be going on and how things are being projected at you, towards you, what people might be saying about you, and so on and so on. It's like, at the end of the day, none of that noise, it doesn't matter. Like, that people are going to say and do and feel whatever they want. So why not have peace and just let it all of it, the good and what could be perceived as bad, like, take it all with a grain of salt, because people are fickle. They change their minds. And it's like, the slightest slight, it's like you could be in the outs and they don't care about you anymore. or they don't want it to seem like you do. They do. It's like, you gotta be careful with humans, You gotta be mindful, not careful. Well, careful and mindful. Carefully mindful of who and what we're dealing with. And try to be around people that are healthy, mentally, and, like, are finding their way and their place in the world. People that are just good people, not pretenders. Like, and the difference. People can only pretend but for so long, and if you say the right things, they'll tell on themselves, like, fast. Fast. All right. So I'm also seeing reach out. So, I think that because of because of the deception and the disruption that they cause, they don't know how to come back in, or they don't know how they'll be received, because they tried to, I don't know what in the world. They tried to I don't know what they tried to do. I don't even want to try to get into what, they felt hurt, and so they wanted to retaliate. And those are the type of people you want to be careful with. You don't want to have that kind of energy around you. Yeah, and it's like this person wants closure with you. They want to move on and move past this. They want to like arrive at a different point. They want to progress past whatever this is. Yeah, because this is not what they don't want this. They never wanted this. This is not what they expected. This is not what they intended. So it's like they've really just been like suffering in silence at this point. And it's like I feel like as you continue to stand in your power and stand your ground, that this is in a weird way like uplifting them, showing them the way, because it's like, they know what you've been through and you know what they've been through. So like there's this sense of understanding. This person has a plan or trying to come up with a plan. And I want to say be careful just because of what I'm feeling from it right now at this particular time, because, I wouldn't trust their intention and why they're doing what they're doing, because trying to come up with some grand gesture is not going to cut it. Not in the beginning. not right now. It's like, it's like they're going to have to do something they've never done before, and that's be real. Be real with themselves. Just this is not going to be easy. Yeah, they're experiencing heartache and loss. This is very painful for them. Okay. All right. So I spoke about emotional intelligence, right? So let's get to that. King of Cups, emotional intelligence. Trust, wealth of knowledge, caring, healing, good advice, someone who understands unconscious motivations, a man in touch with his emotional life, a good friend, a mature, emotionally stable person. And when certain energies aren't used to, having people that they can trust in their life, or that are caring or healing, or that give good positive reinforcement and advice, that are encouraging and supportive, that understands that understands the unconscious motivations of others. Like, that says so much. That says so much. Like, when someone, you can't get over on someone that's emotionally intelligent. You might think that you're playing the game, but they're playing the game with you until you realize that the only game that you were playing was with yourself. And, when people aren't operating from the same, for the same intents and purposes, it makes things different. If you're not looking for anything from anyone, it's like you didn't lose anything when you walk away. You walk away clean. They are trapped in all of the confusion and, all the things that they created or wanted to do or still trying to do, because I still ain't done when it's like all of that foolishness. Like, it's sad, but that's what people do. And they could feel away because you are emotionally stable. Emotionally unstable people don't particularly they don't enjoy the company of people who are emotionally stable. You get under their skin. You disrupt them internally. And it's like, people can only put their mask on. When it slips off, it slips off. You can't put it back on. It's like you've been exposed. All right, so yeah, the 5 of Wands is coming up, and this is why they behave the way that they do. It comes down to like, competition, and like, they feel like there's some sort of like competitive thing going on, between Even though, and an emotional, intelligent person is like, what in the world? What in the world are they doing? It's like debates and rivalry and conflict. It's like debates. I could speak to that, but I won't. But I've had, some interesting debates over not even debates. I wouldn't even say that. Just an energy wanting to try to challenge me for whatever reason. And I'm just like, you can see the disturbance. It's one thing if someone does something one-on-one and like in private, and so they feel when people do things publicly around other people and they can't control themselves because they're so unstable and their mind is so warped and they're so like that tells you a lot. It tells you how dangerous and how like mentally disturbed. Like some people are disturbed, like, and they don't mind, when they feel agitated that they will allow that disturbance to be seen and they can't help themselves. That is a dangerous energy to be around. And that's something I won't tolerate or accept. Like, I will remove myself because I don't have to engage, and that energy is looking for something to attack, something to, it's sad. There are some really, there's some really mentally disturbed people, that we may encounter in our life from time to time. Like, we all have been through things. We all have issues, and some of us are trying to work through those issues and heal from some things. And some energies here are just dark, and they're just evil and nefarious, and and that's that. So so we should be aware and mindful of that, and not play with that type of energy, because that's nothing to really like play with, because they don't care. They don't care. They don't care about themselves. They don't like, and I'm talking about like mentally, like really like disturbed. So they want to have conflicts and disagreements, and they like strife and tension. They can be like territorial, clashing. They wanted to have clashing egos and all of that stuff, like, and they're like really petty. That's dangerous. Like, we don't want to be anywhere near or around energy that behaves that way. All right, what else we got here? All right, so I see temperance in reverse, right? Excuse me. Temperance in reverse speaks to imbalance, self-indulgence, excess, clashing, lack of perspective, discord. Yeah, antagonism. When someone is trying to antagonize you, like, come on. Recklessness. They're reckless and they're like, come on. And being hastiness, like, come on. See, when the temperance is upright, it speaks to like, I know my extremes, now I seek peace. This person is not seeking peace. They don't want peace. Peace does not reside in these types of dark energies. And if you're encountering that, you're being spiritually tested, and that energy will be exposed and revealed. It already has, but more will be revealed, right? More will be revealed. Because because sometimes people, have somehow managed to gain a certain level of education and titles, and then they turn around and misuse and abuse, that, and that can be dangerous, to people that, may not be able to, stand up for themselves or speak from a place of conviction or be assertive, and just they could seriously damage others by their warped ideas and thoughts and expressions, and that is dangerous. All right, we got the Fool here. Someone's holding back. The Fool in reverse, holding back, indecision, hesitation, recklessness, bad choices, risk taking. This energy wants to be fearless, but they're gonna have to build up their strength spiritually. Like, they're gonna build themselves up to do this, because this is not easy for them. But the hope is for a new beginnings and possibilities, to have a sense of innocence, and to be spontaneous, optimistic, to trust in life, to have blind faith, a sense of adventure and opportunity. The Fool upright, in the upright position, it speaks to a new journey, where you'll be filled with optimism, wonder, and courage. See, this person needs courage. Not liquid courage, just courage. You may be weighing your options and risk. And it's like, with no risk, no reward. We know that saying, right? But this energy would have to come in and bear it all, be vulnerable and express things maybe that they never have to get what I feel that they truly want. It's like, you go in halfway, you're gonna get a half response. You're gonna get a half, you get what you give. Hopefully that they will get this, that they will turn this around. Because this moment is going to determine how the rest of their life plays out. It's like God is throwing them a lifeline. And it's up to them to receive it. All right, let's I don't want to do a super long reading. Let's just cut that there. Let's just pull the Soul's Truth card and see what we got from this. This is getting thinner and thinner. Running out. I have other. I think I said this already. I have another. It's not this deck, but another one. But I love how, I was guided to have this as a closer, because I could have used it as opener, or just throughout the reading, but I like how this has been. So we might switch it up a little bit and do something different in the future, but this worked for now. I think so. Anyway, okay. If I had a magic wand and could have anything I desired in life, what would I choose? Ooh, I like that. All right, in all caps it says, burn with desire. There is a power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. Today, soul action. Today, go inward. Your answers lie within. What do you desire? Choose what makes you happy and do that. It says in all caps at the end, exclamation point. Do that. I love it. Okay, 11 hearts. Hope this was helpful. It always is for me. Remember always to stay open, because why? If we really want what we desire, if we truly want being closed off and like walling everything out, where in the world do you think we are going to get doing that? Nowhere. We will continue to run into walls. We will continue to have doors closed in our face. We will truly be alone and feel alone if we don't go within and find out, what in the world do I need to know? Who am I? Really? What do I want? Really? What do I feel that I deserve, and what do I desire? It's all within, not without. So, with that being said, loving hearts, remember always to stay open until we meet again.
If you enjoyed your time here with us, let's make this thing official. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can also find me on Instagram at True Healing Love Doctor, as well as TrueHealingLoveDoctor.com, where you can find all of our products and services. Until next time, stay open, loving hearts. More will be revealed later.